I've never seen so much big burly men hold back tears and hug each other.
After 12 agonizing hours, a rescue so unbelievable that some are calling it the Easter miracle.
Everybody in the city came together, all patches, and they all were there for the singular point to save Jesse.
13-year-old Jesse Hernandez found alive this morning after he slipped and fell into a drainage pipe full of raw sewage yesterday afternoon.
We did not give up, but I'll be honest, we did not think we would find a viable patient.
More than 100 Los Angeles firefighters in a race against time, using highly specialized equipment to navigate a toxic maze of underground sewage tunnels. It all began yesterday with a holiday celebration gone horribly wrong.
Jesse and about 20 members of his family were celebrating Easter Sunday in this park right over here. Authorities say at some point Jesse and his friends left the family picnic, walked along this dirt path, and then found this old maintenance vent. They somehow got over the fence up onto the roof.
Then a wooden plank Jesse stood on gave way and he fell 25 feet down into a sanitation drainage line that led to an underground network of pipes.
It's approximate 4-foot wide pipe. The water and sewage is flowing approximately 15 miles per hour.
The height Jesse fell from, the speed of the current, and the toxicity of the sewage water, all making his chances of survival extremely slim. Authorities used these search cameras mounted to flotation devices similar to a boogie board, which are tethered to a rope then extended 300 feet down. Their task nearly impossible, navigating a 6,400-foot-long underground labyrinth.
We're mapping out this drainage system, finding out exactly where it goes, and we're determining any void spots or larger areas to where there could be enough air that if this boy was, that he could survive, and we're concentrating resources at each of those locations.
Their search taking them to areas up to 1.5 miles away from where Jesse initially fell in.
Nobody can find him, nobody could hear him, nobody can see him.
Meanwhile, law enforcement searching the nearby river but coming up empty. His family urging anyone who's seen Jesse to call the LAPD. The search dragging into the night.
Minutes feel like hours, and it went on for hours. The hope was starting to diminish, but nobody gave up. Everybody stayed strong and had a plan that was very well communicated and was right on point.
The LA Fire Department, working with the Bureau of Sanitation, pinpoints the search area to a 1-mile radius, narrowing it down to a part of a pipe 4 feet in diameter.
We kept opening these locations, looking for him, hoping that he'll be one of those structures.
So your workers were going around from hatch to hatch, opening up different holes looking for him, and they didn't find him.
And we had a person at every location. When they open it, they will look and they stay there looking for him, so they will not leave.
Little did they know, Jesse had made a similar decision to stay put. He saw a glimmer of light coming from a sewage hatch above and positioned himself near that light until rescuers could reach him.
What was the clue that ultimately led you to the boy?
So at 4 o'clock, apparently one of the cameras saw some handprints on the sewer, inside the sewer.
Inside the pipe?
Yeah, as you know, sewer has some kind of a film. Anybody that touches it we can make some marks. So the handprints were present, and it looks like somebody with elbows that was kind of coming down and leaving these marks.
As if he was trying to
brace
himself
or do something.
Around 5 a.m., rescuers opened the maintenance hatch to insert cameras and instead found Jesse sitting there.
The first thing they hear is, help.
More than 12 hours after he fell in, Jesse came out.
When he was located, he was cold, he was scared, he was hungry, and a little bit of a natural shock that would take place for anyone being in that environment for that long.
The Bureau of Sanitation gave Jesse a phone to call his mom.
You could just imagine the relief that they had felt from hearing their son's voice.
That same relief was heard over 30 years ago in Midland, Texas, when then 18-month-old Jessica McClure was rescued from an abandoned dry well. She was trapped inside for 58 terrifying hours as rescue teams frantically worked to free her, finally pulling her out while the world watched.
I had all the faith in the world that she would come out all right.
More recently, 33 Chilean miners were successfully rescued from 2,300 feet underground in one of the most complicated, daring, and ultimately successful underground rescues in history. The 33 miners became trapped after the mine they were working in collapsed, blocking the exit. They took refuge in a shelter inside the mine, remaining underground for 69 days. An international rescue effort mobilized above to free them. First, with rescuers drilling boreholes to find the group, confirming they were alive. And later to send supplies down. Finally, after weeks of drilling, the miners were brought to the surface in this capsule, the Phoenix. One by one, all 33 men wearing sunglasses to protect their eyes after nearly 2.5 months underground were pulled to freedom. They were joyously embraced by their families and the world. An estimated 1 billion people watched the rescue live on TV.
It is the news we have been hoping for, and we briefly interrupt your programming to show you these pictures. The first of the 33 miners has returned to safety.
The miners became international celebrities, some visiting Disney World and meeting the Pope. There was even a movie made about their ordeal.
I believe we'll make it out of here because I choose to believe it.
The 33, starring Antonio Banderas. An investigation determined that no one was to blame for the collapse and no criminal charges were filed against the owners of the mine. In Los Angeles, authorities say they're investigating how the abandoned shed was accessible to Jesse and his friends. Tonight, Jesse is home safe with his family, released from Los Angeles County Hospital after undergoing a complete medical evaluation.
I bet days like today are why you do this job.
It is, but it's not about us. You know, as far as the fire department, I mean, we tip our helmet to the Bureau of Sanitation. They did an outstanding job, and all these other entities. We're all just here to find the same thing. We wanted to find this boy. We wanted to make sure he was alive. We wanted to render aid to him more than anything, and we wanted to get him back into his family.
For him to be down there and to be alive and to be able to speak and be able to talk to his family, that's a blessing.
For Nightline, I'm Whit Johnson in Los Angeles.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.